I got rid of the noise. This is Wednesday, June the 11th, 2025. I'm in my office where I don't want to be. I'd prefer to be in the parlor with my sweetheart watching the 1960s version of the Avengers. She watches some stuff and it all hails back to my wife basically being plain vanilla, which I am very thankful for because I'm anything but plain vanilla. The last video I posted, I actually put on YouTube, and then I posted the connection on my Facebook page so people could see the tree out there. It's doing just fine. It had high winds, and the dude she just stood there defiant against nature. I call it the eternal tree. But I'm very tired. I got plenty of sleep last night, plenty of rest. I got up late. I got up about 10:30, fed myself, and then got her up a little bit later. Being old is not for sissies. I'm going to tell you that right now. My brother, who's not as old as me, but he's still having, what I'm doing is adjusting the gun in my belt, in my waistband. It's an 1871 British Arms 38-46 shot that my dad gave me when I was 11 years old. It's one of the two guns I learned to shoot with. My son Nick has the other one. I've shot the barrel out of this one twice. It's got a sawed-off barrel in it. The other one got converted by Uberti Arms over to a .357, but it was originally 44-40, I think is what the caliber was, antique, and they put a long barrel on it and modern cylinder and all that. You can see where they did all that. My dad paid for the barrels on both to be replaced. Speaking of my late father, I miss him sometimes terribly. I posted a picture on Facebook of him bending over my sister and my sister holding my other sister's infant child. I'm not going to name names on here. I don't know who's going to see it. I don't want to embarrass them. I love both my remaining sisters with all my heart. I just never see them. I'm extremely busy. You'd think a guy gets in his 70s, he could slow down and do something, but it seems that everything's just increased in activity. We built a ramp and an extension on the porch for my brother. We've got to coat that and weatherproof it, and then found out it was the 11th that he's got to go back to the Indian hospital. Not today, the 11th in July, which is a Friday. He wanted a Friday so my son Nick and I could get him into a vehicle. This is for family and friends. Right now I'm charging the camera, this one, that I've got to do video conference with. I can't use this one. This one I'm using right now is a $100 camera. This one didn't cost me this, but when you buy one of these, if you get it new, it's going to be about $700. I don't even know who makes it. Bell Howell. They're still a company, they're still in business. That one has a Wi-Fi connection so that I don't have to run a cable to the computer. I do have to run, I've got the microphone plugged in over there. It'll sit on top of my speaker. Why am I telling you this? Well, here in about 40 minutes, I have to, I've got to do a video deposition on somebody I helped arrest a couple of years ago. I got warned by my supervisor, my boss from the Dallas office, that for the next 2 years I need to go ahead and be ready to give depositions. The one thing I have refused to do is go to a neutral place with nothing on the walls and wear a suit and a tie. I'm not going to do that. Shoot, I wear bibbed overalls to church. I don't have them on today, and when I go to church this evening, I'll go dressed just like I am. Got my golf hat, t-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes on, and it's dressing a lot lighter. When I've got the overalls on, it's got a lot of pockets, and I have those pockets filled with stuff. This one, that's not how I'm going to roll on it. I need to put I'll fold this up after I get through doing this video. I have been watching all the stupidity going on in Los Angeles, California. I've got family and friends who are pro the illegals that are protesting and being stupid and destructive. The mayor, who is a registered communist, and she's a communist instigator, how she got elected as mayor of Los Angeles, I have no clue. They have about 1 million illegal aliens in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a huge city, covers a lot of area, and it's huge population-wise. But they've got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not with the folks burning businesses, cars, throwing bottles and rocks at the police. And the thing that's really sad is the police by and large ignore the illegals in Los Angeles due to direction by the city council and the mayor in Los Angeles. That's a supposition on my part, but I've got friends that live there. Also, I have friends that live in Los Angeles that are in the music business. A few are real close friends. And I'm getting two different reports. I have conservative friends like Nick Searcy, the actor from the TV series Justified. He is always hardcore conservative. He's a libertarian. I'm a libertarian. But he has a hardcore attitude. The one thing I don't like, and I'm going to make a statement here that might cost me some hardship in the future. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, it's part of our Constitution. It's been interpreted as such that if someone is born on American soil, they are a citizen automatically. And that's why so many people illegally come to America to have children. Because this is the land bountiful, whether you want to realize it or not. Just a second. It's the law of the land right now. Legal experts argue back and forth. I'm not a legal expert, but I'm going to say this. I have friends who are Mexican, who are here illegally, and they work harder than any of the Caucasian contemporaries I see. And that is a fact. They work really hard. They send money back to Mexico because the American dollar is worth so much more than the Mexican peso. I don't know how much more right now. Are they going to be picked up by ICE? I don't know, but it won't be because I said anything. I'm not going to identify these folks. As far as I can see, they're doing good for the local economy here in Maury County. That being said, there are also illegals here in Maury County that need to be deported. I'm going to show you a handy little tool. It's not something that I got. I used these, a bigger, better version. Ours were long wands you could sweep. This is an ultraviolet flashlight. See that? Yeah, it UV light, and what you can do is you can find blood spatter, saliva spatter, semen spatter. It's a handy tool for investigating a crime scene where a murder's taken place. You can scrub and bleach all you want to on a carpet and other things, but that little gizmo will pick up the, let me see if yeah, I don't see anything lighting up that where I shot somebody. Oh well, hang on folks, I gotta check this. I just gotta notice. James Horton, attorney. Yes, this has to do with and I got a weather notice. I paid and put time on that here because I thought that the government had stopped filling it. It's what we used with where I did work to communicate. Well, they just renewed it and they put money back in my account that I used to buy time on it. So evidently, as long as for 2 or 3 years after I officially retired and quit being TAD, T-A-D, temporary active duty, they're still paying for the phone. And I know I've got a deposition coming up. That was the defense attorney. My mind's clear. I'm sucking down some Nescafe favorite blend, whatever. As a matter of fact, that little gizmo light I just showed you right here's it. Flashes that also. You can hit it again and it'll be solid. These are real handy. I bought this because the folks that what's going on? The folks that I went to for eyeglasses, you saw them when I did this last video I went outside. They would be good for about 10 minutes. The left eye focused like it needed to, and I could see clearly when I shut my right eye and looked out that left lens. Same with the right eye. And sometimes when I first put them on in stereo, I could see clearly. And then after about 10 minutes, it would force my eyes to cross. So I went back to the Indian hospital. The good doctor there, and I do mean good, re-examined and realized he made a mistake. And I had an eye pressure test and That's all horrible. But anyway, I didn't have the standard look. I had the one where they actually touch your eye to see what the pressure's like. And I've got a bad left eye. I explained to that doctor, this right lens, I have 20/17 vision, shut my eye, actually way out there. I wanted a clear lens, and they told me they can't do that. So I told him, you know, my mother had macular degeneration. Same exact prescription I got. Her left eye was the one that had problems. The right eye, she didn't have problems. And they put a clear lens in her right side and the prescription in the left, and they gave her transition lenses in both lenses where they'd turn dark. Well, they wouldn't do that the first time. The second time, yesterday, when I went back to the eye doctor, they wrote the prescription like I asked him to. I didn't want the seamless bifocals. I didn't want something to see down here and read, because if I'm not doing something that I require that, the glasses won't be on my face. I was wearing them when I did the video because I knew I was going to go outside, and I wanted to see how it adjusts. Well, it never adjusted properly, and it created a lot of problems for me. Well, he acquiesced to what I asked him to do and wrote the prescription like I wanted it, and then the eye clinic in Davis were very gracious, and they agreed, and so both entities are paying for the right prescription and what I asked for, so I don't have to do it out of pocket again. That's how that goes. Just thought I'd add that tad of information. I did it on Facebook, do it here. Well, I need to get off of here because I've got people harassing me to get ready, and no, I'm not going to go put a white shirt and a tie on. I'm going to wear my golf hat to hide my bald head, and I'm a little cantankerous, but that's my nature. Well, I love all you guys. I want you to have a really good day, and I like the sign up there says be kind. Always be kind. Bye.